Going to crown it all himself. He had
5 in red in the middle. Ronaldo! Cristiano Ronaldo!
Oh, yes, there it is.
El Tri became the first team from the group to secure a place in the round of 32 after a hard-fought 1-0 victory over South Korea in Guadalajara. Luis Romo scored the only goal of the game early in the second half, capitalizing on a goalkeeping error to send Mexico to 6 points from 2 games and guarantee top spot in the group. Earlier in the day, the Czech and South Africa played out a dramatic 1-1 draw in Atlanta. Michal Sadilek gave the Czechs the lead, but Teboho Mokoena converted a late penalty to rescue a point for Bafana Bafana and keep both teams alive heading into Matchday 3. Co-hosts Canada produced one of the performances of the tournament so far, thrashing Qatar 6-0 in Vancouver. Jonathan David scored a hat-trick, while Sile Larin and Nathan Saliba also got on the score sheet as Canada claimed its first-ever men's World Cup victory. The result was slightly overshadowed by a serious-looking injury to Ismail Kone, but it sent the hosts to the top of the group on goal difference. Switzerland kept pace later in the day with a 4-1 victory over Bosnia and Herzegovina. Super sub Johan Manzambi scored twice after coming off the bench, while Granit Xhaka added a late penalty as the Swiss took full advantage of a Bosnian red card. With 1 round remaining, Canada and Switzerland sit on 4 points and control their own destiny. Bosnia and Qatar both have a single point and now need help to reach the knockout stage. Brazil, Morocco, and Scotland all have their future in their own hands, heading into the final round of games in Group C, but Haiti can no longer qualify for the knockout stages of the 2026 Men's World Cup. The Haitians became the first team to be eliminated from this summer's finals, after losing 3-0 to Brazil in Philadelphia on Friday evening. Brazil's victory leaves them top of Group C on goal difference, ahead of a Moroccan team that beat Scotland later on Friday night. Ismail Saibari struck the game's only goal after just 2 minutes in Foxborough, a win that pushed the Scots, group leaders after Matchday 1, down to 3rd. After the U.S. men's national team secured last 32 qualification as Group D winners, Australia and Paraguay will now seek to join the co-hosts in the World Cup knockout stages on Matchday 3 next week. However, Turkey can no longer advance from the group stage. The USA made sure of progression from Group D on Matchday 2 on Friday, beating the Australians 2-0 in Seattle to maintain its 100% start to the 2026 World Cup. Cameron Burgess's own goal was followed by an Alex Freeman header shortly before halftime, in a game that did not involve the USMNT's star man, Christian Pulisic. The AC Milan forward was ruled out by a calf injury. Later on Friday, Paraguay earned their first points of this summer's finals with a narrow win over Turkey, Matias Galarza's early strike proving the only goal of the game in Santa Clara. Victory for the Paraguayans, who finished with 10 men after Miguel Almiron's first-half dismissal, not only boosted the South Americans' prospects of a place in the knockout stage, it also confirmed the Turks' elimination and guaranteed that the USA will win the group. After Germany secured their return to the World Cup knockout stages, doing so as Group E winners, the Ivory Coast are best placed to seal the section's second direct ticket to the last 32, even though they lost to the Germans on Matchday 2. Although Ecuador and Curaçao can both still leapfrog the Ivorians, neither controls its top 2 destiny any longer after the goalless draw between them. A standout performance from Eloy Room proved enough for Curaçao to get a point. After thumping wins on Matchday 2, the Netherlands and Japan are the frontrunners for Group F's automatic knockout stage berths, although Sweden also have their top 2 fate in their hands. Tunisia, however, will have nothing to play for in next week's final round of group games. After suffering a second straight thrashing, the North Africans have been knocked out of the 2026 World Cup. The most open group at World Cup 2026 after 2 rounds of matches. No team has qualified, no team has been eliminated, and all 4 nations still have a realistic path to the round of 32. Earlier in the day, Iran and Belgium played out a tense 0-0 draw in Los Angeles. Belgium dominated possession but could not find a way past goalkeeper Alireza Bayernbond, who produced a string of outstanding saves. The Red Devils also finished with 10 men after Nathan Ngoy was sent off in the second half. Egypt took control of the group by defeating New Zealand 3-1 in Vancouver, securing the country's first-ever World Cup victory. Mohamed Salah played a key role as the Pharaohs recovered from their opening draw with Belgium to move on to 4 points. Mohamed Salah scored and gave an assist to lead Egypt to their first-ever World Cup win. Spain finally clicked into gear on Matchday 2 and now sits on top of Group H, but the race for qualification remains wide open heading into the final round of games. After a frustrating goalless draw with Cape Verde in their opener, Luis de la Fuente's side responded emphatically with a 4-0 victory over Saudi Arabia in Atlanta. Lamine Yamal marked his return with the opening goal. Mikel Oyarzabal struck twice before halftime, and a Saudi own goal. The other Matchday 2 game ended in a 2-2 draw between Uruguay and Cape Verde, leaving both teams on 2 points. That result means the team has been eliminated, setting up a fascinating final day in the group. France and Norway have both stamped their tickets to the 2026 World Cup knockout stages, after Matchday 2 doubles from their superstar strikers ensured the nations will be the top 2 in Group Y. Iraq and Senegal both remain pointless and face an uphill battle to snatch a last 32 berth in the group's final round of games. Les Bleus again benefited from a 2-goal Mbappé display on Monday in a weather-affected win over Iraq. The Real Madrid forward netted in each half, goals that came either side of a 2-hour delay to the second 45. Erling Haaland also registered his second straight 2-goal haul as the Norwegians beat Senegal despite Ismaila Sarr's brace for the Teranga Lions. Thanks to Lionel Messi's record-breaking display on Monday, defending champions Argentina maintained their 100% record at the 2026 World Cup and are now through to the knockout stages as Group J winners. On Matchday 3, they'll be joined in the top 2 by either Austria or Algeria, who'll go head-to-head for the section's second automatic spot in the last 32. Although he missed a first-half penalty, the Inter Miami superstar then netted twice in Dallas, all-time highest scorer. Messi's career haul of 18 tournament goals surpasses Miroslav Klose's total of 16 for Germany. Algeria registered their first points of the finals to thrust themselves into contention for a knockout stage place. Colombia has become the first team in Group K to reach the 2026 World Cup round of 32, while Portugal put its opening game disappointment firmly behind it with the biggest win of the group's second round. Daniel Munoz scored the only goal in the 76th minute, but goalkeeper Lionel Mpassi kept DR Congo in the contest until the decisive breakthrough. Earlier in Houston, Portugal responded to its frustrating draw against DR Congo by thrashing Uzbekistan 5-0. Cristiano Ronaldo scored twice, becoming the first player in history to score at 6 different World Cups. Croatia then revived its campaign with a 1-0 win over Panama in Toronto. Ante Budimir came off the bench to score the decisive goal in the second half, while Luka Modric marked his 200th international appearance. The result eliminated Panama and moved Croatia to 3 points. That leaves England, Croatia, and Ghana in control of qualification. Group L is still alive after England were held by Ghana and Croatia edged Panama to keep their tournament hopes intact. The result leaves Thomas Tuchel's side on 4 points, with Ghana still unbeaten and sitting second on the same total. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share comment your favorite moment of Matchday 2.